5,
Four,
4,
three,
3,
two.
2. Whoa, ha! What's up? What's going on, y'all?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on, East Coast, West Coast? What's going on, Internet world? Welcome to a little thing that we call the Cipher.
Cipher crew.
But we talk about hip-hop and everything and all kinds of stuff, you know what I'm saying? I am your host, Marcus the Kid Warren, and with me is my man, Muff. How you doing today,
I'm
sir?
doing well, man. I'm excited about our next review here.
Yes!
Because before you go into our review, so don't forget, people want to see us, people want to reach us, how do they get a hold of us, man?
They can get a hold of us at our email account, which is kidandmuff44@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
They can also hit us up on Facebook, and I know y'all love y'all Facebook. We are the Cipher Crew, son.
Man, stop wilding out there in our Facebook, too. Some of y'all be wilding out there.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Just keep it professional. Don't put nothing out there you don't want people to see.
I'm saying.
You know, and then all you NFL players, too, stop Twittering. But listen, if you feel some type of way about anything,
tell them.
Take a minute. Run it in your mind a few times before you put it out there, before you be out there backtracking. That's what I'm going to say. Go ahead.
Okay.
Just like Jay Cutler and Maurice Jones-Drew and everybody else who said... No, let me just go on real fast about this.
Here we go.
You know what I mean? Because talk about
let me make myself
man.
comfortable.
I don't care what anyone says. Jay Cutler should have took his MCL sprain out there and tried to play. All right? His arch nemesis, Phillip Rivers... That's who his arch nemesis is back when Jay Cutler played in Denver. Got out there and played with a torn ACL. I don't care what you say. And plus, that's the way you looking on the sideline. Don't be looking like, I don't care. I can go to the Super Bowl, but who cares?
He showed up, that look on,
my goodness, man. He just, I don't know. I'm not a big Jay Cutler fan because I don't think he read defense as well. But anyways, that's our, when we get into sports, we'll go into detail about that. Because we ain't talking about sports. We talk about who?
We're talking about somebody.
Who are we talking about?
Somebody who came from a little clan called
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Yo, y'all remember back in 1993, the first time y'all heard Bring the Ruckus.
Wow. Bring the Ruckus. What's the first? I'm trying to figure out what's the first... I think was it Method? Was it Method Man? The first song.
Check it out. The first song of Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers.
Oh, yeah.
The first verses you hear is my man The Viz.
Oh no, you got that. I'm not debating that. I'm trying to figure what I heard first. Did I hear the album? I'm not going to go into that story, but I heard it through Russell.
Our buddy from DC.
Leave it there.
Peace out, Johnny Boom Bats.
What's going on, man? At any rate, okay. I've been on record as saying this, man. To me, and a lot of people disagree with me.
Okay.
To me, of all the Wu-Tang members, Ghostface has been the most consistent person on the solo tip to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because look, you could argue that Raekwon's Only Built for Cuban Links 1 and even 2, Only Built for Cuban Links 2 is a very good album too. But point of the matter is, he's put out other solo albums. They're hit or miss. Like gosh, what is his other album? That's irrelevant. Point of the matter is, some of his albums have been hit or miss. In fact, the classic. But you look at whether it's the Pretty Tony album,
Iron Man, Tony Stark,
Iron Man, which is my favorite Wu-Tang album.
Okay,
Iron Man is
Supreme Clientele.
Forgot about Supreme Clientele.
How could you forget about Supreme Clientele?
Well, that's my point. So consistent. There's nothing. I mean, he doesn't put out whack product, man. And this is what it is about Ghostface. And I mentioned this before. He has a knack for picking out great beats. I don't know what it is with him. He always picks the great beats that goes with his rhyme delivery. I mean, it's awesome. And then the way he rhymes, even though he might be on the track with an MC who's better than he is, he never gets overwhelmed or shut down or killed in his own song. He never does. He holds his own and keeps it moving. You know what I mean? Whether it's Busta Rhymes coming in, like he does in this album, whether it's Black Thought that comes in, like he does in this album, whether it's Capadonna. I know we different on Capadonna. You say you don't like Capadonna, right?
Look, see, there you go, putting words in my mouth again. There you go.
Correct me.
I said, look, the words that I said was Capadonna was not my favorite Wu-Tang MC. That's what I said.
Oh, dude.
So all of a sudden,
off camera be a different story, y'all.
No.
He said Capadonna wasn't that dude.
I said Capadonna was not my favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan. That's exactly what I said.
Favorite member either. That's
what I said. That's exactly what I said.
But you said it though, like you were trying to
No, look. Okay, look. Let me get. Okay, then you want to get into it? Let's get into it. We were sitting around talking about Capadonna. All right. And the one thing you said, yo, Capadonna got into it, or Capadonna this, Capadonna that. I said, well, yeah, Capadonna, yeah, he sounded good because
person win awards.
Are you gonna let me finish? Please, can I talk? I feel like I'm talking to my wife. Can I talk?
Go ahead.
Thank you. But anyway, we were sitting there.
Ice cream. All right.
But anyway, what we was talking about, you know, the MCs that, you know, that are really shining on this album. And Capadonna was one of them. And I was agreeing, and I said, well, yeah, Capadonna really sounded hot on this album. And Capadonna's not my favorite member of the Wu-Tang Clan.
He's not Who would ever say that Capadonna was their favorite member of the Wu-Tang? Of course he isn't. But he's very good for what he does.
Okay, that's all I was saying.
Gosh.
Man, I can't say nothing around you, man.
No, not around hip hop.
Well, okay. Look.
I'm orthodox when it comes to hip hop. So if hip hop was a religion, I would be an orthodox hip hop person.
And I'm not. This might be the last Cipher segment, y'all. I mean this. Okay, explain yourself. Explain yourself. Explain yourself.
Okay, let's get to. We're reviewing because I can take this a whole different direction.
Woo?
But you know your Wu-Tang. Listen, Ghostface. Mm-hmm. Ghostface album. I love the. I mean, just like I mentioned beforehand.
I'm not done. I'm waiting for your answer.
Okay, you said that Dos Effects was a classic album. What's the one joint?
Dead Serious.
Dead Serious. And you was dead serious.
Yeah, I was dead serious. Dead Serious,
man.
Yes, I was dead serious about Dead Serious.
You have nothing to say because you speak blasphemy by saying Eminem is better than Biggie. You're not orthodox.
He didn't want to move on.
You ain't want to move on.
First of all,
you ain't want to move on.
First of all, what I said about Biggie and Eminem, was I said if Eminem and Biggie, and go back to the clips, and see, go back and see what I said about Eminem and Biggie. What I said was, I said if Eminem and Biggie were to battle, Eminem would beat Biggie. That's what I said. I said it.
Wow, okay.
That's what I said. When we rated our top 5 MCs, Biggie Smalls was my number 3, Eminem was my number 5. Was he not?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
That's why you're the difference between the Pentecostal church and the Kojic church.
Man, if y'all don't go ahead. Man.
Okay, listen. Okay, let's move on.
I am hip hop.
Okay. All right.
And because
at any rate, Ghostface album.
Anyway,
let's get back.
Anyway, Ghostface Killah.
Ghostface
has a great album, and it's just feels.
Hey, listen. Like I said before, Ghostface has a great knack for picking beats. Like I mentioned before.
Never forget Ghostface. He ain't nothing.
Okay, now
I'm only joking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with you now.
He has a great knack for picking beats.
Yes, sir.
And he does an exceptional job. Because here's the thing, man. I'm thinking at this point, especially with the state of hip hop right now, I'm like, okay, what is going? When I seen that he's going to come out with another album, I'm like, okay, where's he going to go with this? Is he going with one producer all the way through, which he rarely does, or whether or not he's going to go with a variety of producers like he normally does? But for him, it's okay for him to go with a lot of different producers, because even though he might have one producer that's great and one producer that's like okay here and there, I mean, whether he has 12 different producers for 12 different songs, his albums play evenly. They do all the way through, man. The Black Thought song, oh my gosh, man, it's absolutely off. In fact, as a matter of fact, let me go right here to my man here.
Okay,
go right
back
here
to the Blackberry.
Black to the Blackberry. Black
to the Blackberry. Black to the Blackberry.
Here we go.
That's a straight.
Okay, just real quick. Here we go. Okay, we talked before about the Black Tequila with Capadonna because Capadonna's great. The beat is amazing on that. Here's the thing about it, because it's got the Black Tequila, it's got kind of like the Spanish horns in the beginning, the Mexican horns, I should say more specifically, man. Just the drums knock so hard in that song. It's just a straight up head nodder, man. The joint with Capadonna is on it. Capadonna's on there a couple of times, as a matter of fact, but the Superstar song with Busta Rhymes.
Oh my God!
That song sounds. You know what? It sounds like it should have been on the movie Black Dynamite.
You know,
it should have been on Black Dynamite. Because when I'm gonna tell something, all I can hear is Dynamite. Dynamite. That's all I can hear.
Yeah, actually, this whole album sounds like it's like a Quentin Tarantino soundtrack to me, man. It's got that whole '70s vibe, which seems to be Ghostface thing now. You know,
that's his thing. Yeah, that's kind of his MO, is having those black exploitation vibes in his beats, man.
But it works for him.
It does. It works for me. It works. I got a friend of mine who doesn't like that. I love it.
Really?
I think
Anyway, bring him in here. Let's argue with him now.
It's a different issue, man. But in the park with Black Thought. Here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Black Thought, man, is such an underrated MC.
We've said that numerous times.
But I gotta say it again, because Black Thought, I think he's incredibly versatile. And the fact that the Roots, he's the head MC for, you know, they have the gig with Jimmy Fallon on late night on NBC, I think it is. Point of the matter is that he's another guy that you take for granted because he plays with a band, and like the band kind of stands on its own as opposed to just one guy. In fact, when you think of the Roots, you really think of Questlove the drummer before you even think of the MC. It's just what happens, you know. But the point of the matter is, Black Thought is that dude, man. He rips this joint. Right. You know, he absolutely rips that joint, man. But overall, let me get to the point with the whole Ghostface thing. I think this album that he put out is I want to give it 4.5 stars, but maybe that's the emotion of me, like, still listening to it. But I'm going to give it definitely 4 stars, man. I think lyrically he's off the hand. I think he did a great job picking the right MCs, the guests appear on there. The beat straight through. You can play this album all the way through. You can't do that with every album. No. Play that joint all the way through, man.
Yeah, Ghostface is one of those guys who I compare him a lot to Redman. Because Redman is that dude. He's not going to might not have a phenomenal album. But he's that cat who will have an album you can listen all the way through. Almost every Redman album you can listen to all the way through. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say. I feel your comparison with Redman and Ghostface because they're such unique MCs. Exactly. It's like the Redman and Ghostface, like their character. It's kind of like it's like. I feel you on that. Right. I totally feel you on that.
And another thing I think we might also agree on, you know what I'm saying, that that Ghostface, and tell me how you feel about this, Ghostface I think is the only member of the Wu-Tang Clan that has progressively gotten better throughout the years. Okay. I mean, I listened to his flow on Enter the Wu-Tang, and then he wasn't
that dude on Enter the Wu-Tang, was he?
I mean,
he got lost in the sauce a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you didn't until Iron Man came out.
Yeah, well, even then, I mean, I think that he has slowly progressed into what we have right now, and I think he is at his prime right now.
Yeah, you know, for a lot of these guys, you got to figure, man. A lot of these guys, the Wu-Tang guys, you know, they in their mid-30s now. And here's the thing about hip hop, man. This is what a lot of young cats don't understand about hip hop. That's like every other form of music. Especially as an MC, you're going to get better because you're older. Your experiences are different, and it's going to reflect in your music. Okay, you know what I mean? That's why you can still put out a quality album without talking about the usual things you hear in your hip hop about your guns, your cars, and all that other business. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this question. Just play devil's advocate here a little bit. Could it be because we're getting more mature and we're getting up there in age? Maybe because Tony is, you know, Tony Stark or whatever, Ghostface, whatever you want to call him, he's getting up there in age and he's just talking about more more mature subject matter in his rhymes, and he's not that guy that he was in Ghostface or in 36 Chambers. Is it just because we want that more mature subject matter? You know what I'm saying? Can a young cat pick up a Ghostface album and enjoy it just as much as we would? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. Answer your question. I'll answer it from my perspective. You know me. I was always a guy that always liked that type of MC, even back when I was a youngster, when I was late in high school. I was always into... I mean, you gotta figure this, dude. I grew up on Chuck D, Public Enemy.
Yes, sir.
So that's mature subject matter from the jump.
True that.
You know what I mean? So when I went into listening to an eccentric MC like Q-Tip, okay, who's the abstract MC, okay, somebody that's gutter like Buckshot from Black Moon. So, you know, I came up during that golden era, he had a lot of diverse MCs. So if you came talking nonsense, I wasn't trying to hear you even back then. So nothing's really changed for me. The point of the matter is a lot of kids now who listen to hip-hop came up listening to, you know, Waka Flocka Flame. Ooh. Okay, Matt. So that's your reference point for hip hop.
I shouldn't cringe like that. I take
that
back, New World. I didn't mean to cringe when you said Waka Flame.
You know, Soulja Boy. Sorry,
he's
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy is
you know, if you grew up on that, if we grew up on that, imagine, think about this. Think about this now.
He's better than Talib Kweli.
Really. Think about this. We grew up listening to People have a serious subject matter like F the police from an NWA. That was a mad serious subject matter right there. F the police. They was talking about some real stuff that was going on. Okay, they were talking about that real. That's what realness is.
Right.
Okay. So imagine but that's our reference point. So that's why when we listen to MCs today, if you come back to us, a guy who grew up in hip hop like we did, we're like, are you serious? No, he's whack. I'm telling you, he whack. You know, that's not what real hip hop is.
Whack a flak a flame.
Whack a flak a flame. And all of the Gucci Mane, whatever the heck. All right. Not that all these young guys, because of a young guy like J. Cole, I feel J. Cole. All right, it's a lot of
Electronica.
J. Electro, well, J. Electronica a little bit older, but he a new MC, but he older.
Exactly.
You know, but see, there you go. He's an older guy, and his matureness, if that's the word, matureness, his maturity, excuse me, is reflected in his rhymes. Okay, so to answer your question from the beginning, our reference point are those people we just mentioned. A young man reference point is going to be what they hear on the radio today and all this other stuff, and say, well, if it ain't hitting like what they hear right now, they're going to think it's crazy. I've done this before. I've played some serious subject matter tracks for some young cats. They look at me like, you know, like a deer in the headlights. Like they don't say it's whack, but they don't know what to make of it. It is what it is. Okay. So Ghostface. Back to go, and that's a long-winded answer. I used to give long-winded answers to what you do because you get me going on this thing. But
my bad.
Like I said before, I think that the album is absolutely off the chain, man. I completely loved this album all the way through, man. Apollo Kids, man.
Apollo Kids. If we didn't mention that before, that's the name of the album.
Here's the thing. I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off. I
thought you were going to try to do something to me.
No,
we're agreeing now. So
I'm on record as saying that he has the most consistent production, and he's the most consistent member of Wu-Tang to me. But you compare it to, say, Pretty Tony, Supreme Clientele, Iron Man. Where does this album rate to you?
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
It's probably up there. It's probably my favorite Ghostface album. I mean, it's like right off the top. Yeah, it's my favorite.
This is what it is. If you were to literally graph, all of Ghostface's albums, there would be very low volatility. Very low. You'd be this was a little bit here. Okay, this one not so much, but just here. Then maybe a little bit here, maybe a little bit there. Where some MCs, like Raekwon's, if I was to graph all his albums, Bill for Cuban Links here. Was it Criminology? I think was one of his albums. Down here, whatever. Then Only Bill for Cuban Links 2 up here. So that'd be volatile. It'd be all over the place with his albums. Okay, that's my whole point. Okay, so point of the matter is that I think he puts out great work. He's remarkably consistent. I definitely think that Apollo Kids keeps up with the whole thing that I'm saying that he's consistent. Get this album. I think it's 4 out of 5 stars straight up.
Well, I guess that's one thing we will agree with. I also agree it is 4 out of 5 stars. It is an excellent project. My favorite out of all the Ghostface projects out there.
Yeah, Mobilarity, maybe it might be this. I keep saying Criminology because he says I think it's a Mobilarity, or maybe both of them were Raekwon albums. I forget, but see, that's the point of the matter. I forget them.
He doesn't care.
I forget them because they don't really stand out. I should know this. I should know this, so I know I'm gonna get corrected on it, and I'm okay with getting corrected on it. The point of the matter is to still Raekwon's 2 best albums, but Only Built for Cuban Links 1 and 2. Well, y'all know that. So y'all can say, oh man, these are the other Raekwon albums all you want to. Go ahead and correct me, but you know that them 2, Only Built for Cuban Links 1 and 2, the 2 that stand out anyway.
Okay.
Done with you.
Well, I'm done too.
All right, so
check it out, man. Apollo Kids, check it out, man. It's definitely worth it. Ghostface, greatest stuff. Let us know. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you agree with us, don't agree with us. Hook us up. Get us on your Facebook page. We are the Cipher Crew. Hit us up on our email, and let us know what's going on. Either with this whole thing, with the Talib Kweli, whether you don't agree with this whole Das Effects thing, if you don't agree with the Eminem Biggie thing, you can hit us up at kidandmuff44@gmail.com. That is kidandmuff44@gmail.com.
Yep.
And don't forget to check out Ghostface. And why? Because the Cipher said so, son. We're out.
Peace.
You throw Eminem and Biggie in there if you want to.